Welcome to Clyde Samvada, brought to you by the Hindu Temple of Scotland. Namaste to all. We have with us today Sundararajan ji. And if you have been looking at how temple rituals are, then number 108, you would be surprised to know that it kind of comes at different points in the ritual, in the life aspects of different deities. Also, the number 108 somehow keeps coming around into play. So, we were trying to just delve a bit deep in today's episode into understanding why 108, is it only about Hinduism that this number has significance? Is there a larger meaning to why 108 is important? We will delve into all of that in today's episode. So, Sundararajan, welcome to Clyde Samvada. How are you?
Namaskaram. Thank you for giving this brief opportunity to share some thought processes. We are discussing not as experts in this topic or subject, but as a compilation of what we have read, what we have heard, so that any interested person can pursue it further, may be able to get better insights into the whole subject of it is.
Absolutely. So, maybe we can start by where all 108 comes in the ritual side of what we do.
In spirituality, 108 finds a major application rather. Starting we're sitting in a temple atmosphere. Okay, so let us start with a temple itself. Can you imagine a temple ritual without Ashtottara Satanamavali? Every deity, for instance, has got an Ashtottara Satanamavali. Then Ashtottara Sahasranamavali. Then Laksharchana, Koti Archana, all these things are done as a repetition of all these namas extolling the virtues of the deity. That's primarily the first application we find. And we generally do the mantra japas. In general, we do all the mantra japas. Repetition of the same mantra in cycles of 108. We use the meditation beads. It's a garland of 108 beads. Generally, the term goes like, how many malas did you do?
Yeah.
How many malas have you done? Mala is a representation of 108 beads together, used for doing meditation or repetition of the same mantra 108 times. Why repetition of mantra in 108 times? For those who have gone into meditation, they'll be able to precisely say that after the initial setback of sitting postures, discomforts and all that, once you cross the level of about 10, 15, 20, as you go further and further deeper into it, the amount of absorption you get over the mantra japa becomes very, very strong as you go towards the culmination of that 108. That's one of the reasons why Japamala is done. Once it becomes a regular practice, you are living a life internally in tune, in homogeneous environment with the particular mantra. You live the mantra basically. Similarly, for Abhishekam also, you might have seen a lot of kalasas organized in certain geometric patterns. That also is 108 kalasas organized in. This is for a recitation of mantra, is for energizing the water contained in these kalasas. Essentially, 108, this kalasa, the water inside, and the geometric formats which have been done together. All this is supposed to add enormous vibrations to the mantra, through the mantra into the water, and that water onto the deity, transferring the divine cosmic energy onto the deity, which is in turn useful for the humanity as a whole, whomsoever is coming to have darshan. If you are from Kerala, you would have noticed on completion of vow, people go to that Ganapati temple. 108 coconuts, what he is doing, he will not know. There will be so many people to assist him. He constantly keeps breaking these 108 coconuts. Fulfilling of a vow, you go to the temple to do 108 pradakshinas. Many of the temples have the multiples and submultiples of this 108 in various heights of the towers, various statues, number of pillars, the length and breadth of all the mandapas and all that, even including the the Dvajastambam which is kept out. That is also kept at a geometric distance.
Oh, okay.
There is a direct proportion of the statue inside is power and it's a dimension. It's a clear-cut dimension. That as examples, you might have heard about this Brihadiswara temple in Tanjavur. The temple was built by Rajaraja Chola 1,000 years back. It's a stone structure built in a place where there is no hill at all. Built on sand. Riverbed is sand, Kaveri's bank. And it doesn't have any foundations. It has been done without any cement in it. The structure has remained for 1,000 and odd years. But the Maharaja's palace, neither the Maharaja is there nor his palace is there. See, this there is some certain divinity attached to the height and the proportions also. Similar recent development is, you know about the Vaishnavite saint Swami Ramanuja. On his Sahasrabdi. All over the country, they have built various statues of Swami Ramanuja in different dimensions. And the best one I can see is, it is in Hyderabad. It's a Panchaloga idol of 216 feet in height.
Okay.
And they are expecting the age of the idol, it will last for another 1,000 years without any change in its color.
Okay.
The interesting point is, every single parameter that has been utilized, including the number of steps, the decorating pieces like elephants, the Shanku, Chakra, the Tridandam of this Swami, everything is a measure of 9.
Okay.
Everything is a measure of 9.
Okay.
The geometric, the what do you call it? That binary, this thing of 108 is 1 plus 0 plus 8 is 9.
Yes.
So everything is a measure of 9. The idol is 216 feet. That Tridandam is again 144 feet, 145 feet, 135 feet or something like that. There are 36 elephants, there are 36 shanks and so many things.
Okay.
They have made a golden pratima of Swami Ramanuja of pure gold of about 120 kilos in weight. That's the number of years he lived.
Okay.
I think that's the longest a human being lives on this earth, 120 years. Purna is 120 years. Now, similarly, this has gone beyond India into Angkor Wat temple. Angkor Wat temple is also in measures of 108 feet.
Oh, okay.
All are in 108 feet. We hear about 108 Divya Kshetras of Mahavishnu.
Yes.
108 Shiva Shakti Pithas. And you have this, every temple will have that Sri Chakra. Sri Yantram has got 54 masculine points and 54 feminine points together, making it 108 as a power center. We can go on endlessly on this. It's not just the Hinduism alone that talks about or gives so much of relevance to 108. Even Buddhism, for instance. Buddhism, wherever you go to any Buddhist center, you'll find 108 idols, definitely. Buddha is one who shunned the idea of idol worship. Coincidentally, all the Buddha viharas have 108 idols, and they'll have 108 steps naturally. They talk about 108 sins to be overcome, to become a Buddha. 36 of the past, 36 of the present, 36 of the future, all this. In fact, if you go to Japan, they welcome the New Year with the ringing of bell 108 times.
Okay.
to leave away the old essence of the previous
Previous year. Okay.
and welcoming the new year. Not only Buddhism, even Jainism also has 108 holy books, and Tibetan what do you call them? They also believe in
Dalai Lama.
108
Dalai Lama.
Marma points.
Okay.
That what do you call it?
Mandala.
No. This Tibetan kung fu kind of those things. Although 108 points are there.
Okay.
108 vital points. In Ayurveda, this 108 is considered to be a very important thing. Like 108 marma points are there all over the body.
Okay.
By just applying appropriate pressure at appropriate points, you will be able to balance the pittam, kapham, all the three doshas,
Okay.
and control of any disease in that sense.
Interesting.
It is in general said, the distance between you and your God is 108 units, whatever sense it is.
Okay.
To the microcosm, to the macrocosm, there should be some meaning in it.
Okay.
Actually, there are supposed to be 108 nadis from the heart chakra to the forehead chakra.
Forehead chakra. Okay.
When somebody is sitting into meditation, when somebody is into yoga practices and all, the first thing he does is concentrate on his Ajna chakra. So this is the path in which your energy has to be pumped up and progressed upwards.
So when you have like all these different significance of 108 across religions, like is there a reason, like a larger meaning to why it has happened? I mean, any thoughts that you have come across in your research on that front?
We'll go to the various subjects where this 108 has been found to be very effective. Like start with mathematics.
Okay.
In mathematics, this 108 has been considered to be having special properties.
Okay.
It has got so many names. I'm not a mathematician to say precisely. So this is like you might have come across this Fibonacci series.
Yeah.
Fibonacci series is the series. This is endless 0, 1, 1 and that kind of things. This is supposed to be a Quaternary series.
Oh, okay.
One there it is 0, 1 and the second number is the sum of the previous
two numbers. Yes.
There I think it is the fourth number is
Sum of the
and that kind of quaternary things. It's a semi-perfect number and perfect semi-perfect and so many other features have been associated with this particular thing. There is a golden ratio, about 1.618.
Okay.
That's supposed to be the secret of the creation of universe.
Oh, okay.
It is derived from Fibonacci again.
Okay.
Here, the Fibonacci, this particular number 1.618 is 2 sine 108 by 2.
Okay. Oh, okay.
2 sine 108 by 2 results in 1.618. It's an indefinite series.
Okay.
Why this 1.618? Everything in nature, starting from arts, the architecture to culture, name anything, you will find this divine ratio in some to the least possible, smallest possible single cell creature onto the galaxies. Everything is spiraling in nature.
Oh, okay.
This 1.618 is the core thing. Essentially, the width is 1 and length is 1.618.
Okay.
Yeah, that is considered to be an ideal thing.
Okay.
Why that for? Even a human being is supposed to be having an 1.618 feature everywhere. Okay. This part of it, if you take this finger to this portion, 1 to 1.68, this portion to this portion, into 1 to 1.68.
Okay.
So for an ideal person to look beautiful, I think this proportion is an absolute must.
Okay.
So this 1.618, the magic number, has been derived from this 108.
Okay.
This is another major area. This star, that five-faced star, is considered to be not only holy, it is mythological as well as a powerful government sign. And if you see US flag, you will have so many stars. The uniqueness of that star is that if you see the inside the core of that star is a pentagon, regular pentagon.
Yes.
Each internal angle is 108 degrees.
Oh, right. Yeah, pentagon. Yeah.
Each internal angle is 108 degrees. These 5 faces are supposed to represent the Panchabhutas in balance.
Okay.
Only if they are in this proper fashion, you will get an internal angle of 108. Pentagon, once we say we get some
US
other
pentagon,
US pentagon. Maybe that is done with a specific purpose, scientific thing in mind.
Okay.
In this 108 is also the multiple of 9 and 2. 9 and 12.
9 and 12, yes.
9 and 12 are themselves very, very powerful numbers, starting from not only our religion, 9 Navaratnas, Navagrahas, and so many things. 12 months, 12 solar houses, and so many things. So 9 and 8, 12 are very powerful. The product of it, which is going to be, is 108, whose this decimal parity is 1 plus 8 is 9 again.
Okay.
So that way, there in mathematics, it is quite powerful and highly mystical in that sense.
Okay.
In geography, we go to when you look at the Earth, at the equator, Earth is divided into 360 degrees.
Yes.
Each degree is further divided into 60 minutes.
Yes. Latitude splits, yeah.
Each minute, the distance traveled each minute is called what, you know?
Distance traveled by the Earth.
The distance across the equator of Earth is 1 nautical mile.
Nautical mile, yeah, okay.
So, the 21,600 nautical miles is the circumference of the Earth.
Oh, so 2 and 6 comes there also. Oh, okay.
10,800 this way, 10,800 facing the day, 10,800 facing the night.
Direction.
This is some correlation to our breath factor also. You see, for a human body, normally a normal human being breathes about 15 cycles a minute. In an hour, 900. Over 12 days, over 12 hours, it is 10,800. So during the day, you breathe 10,800 times. During the night, you breathe 10,800 times. They say, Saubar onnadate kardor to sausal jyogi.
Okay.
So, if a person ensures this much of breath rate, during the day, you breathe through the right mostly. And that takes care of your activity.
Yeah.
Activeness.
Active brains, yeah.
During the night times, we breathe through the left nostril. That makes you more and more peaceful there. For this balance, if it is 108 on this side and that side, you're safe. If you consume this 21,800 by a higher number, life span comes down. If you conserve it, yogis conserve this, you go beyond 120 years also.
Okay.
So that's the relevance of it. In astrology, you just see there are 9 planets. You have 12 rasis. These 12 rasis are the routes or the paths traversed by the sun. They are all called Mesha Rasi, Rishabha Rasi, and now every month he moves by a Rasi. But when a human being is born, his characteristics, his nakshatra is decided not by the sun, it's by the moon. The moon, opposite to whichever star is there, is considered to be his Janma Nakshatra. And in Janma Nakshatram, in whichever Rasi it is there, is his Janma Rasi. Each Nakshatram of these 27 Nakshatras are divided into 4 padas each. So there are 108 padas all through. Whatever Rasi you are in, your nakshatram is one of the padas of that 108. That decides your future, that decides your characteristics also. That's the relevance of astrology, especially about 108. You have to necessarily fall in that 108 things, 108 padas or partitions. But the most important, all these things do not really explain the reason why 108 should be considered to be so sacred.
Okay.
We found astronomy has got a very, very interesting feature about this 108.
Okay.
There is something called a galactic ratio.
Okay.
See, we are in the solar system. The planets revolve around the sun, and the solar system itself revolves around the Milky Way galaxy, and the galaxy itself is moving in that. All of them are moving. All of them are constantly in movement. The distance between the sun and the earth is 150 million kilometers.
Okay.
The diameter of the sun is about 1.39 million kilometers.
Okay.
You divide the distance of the sun to earth by the diameter, you get 108.
Okay.
Similarly, though moon is not a planet on its own, it is not a planet, it is only a satellite of us.
Yes.
But because it is so much part of our lives, every day we see this.
Okay.
This is the nearest celestial body to us. It influences so many of our activities on a daily basis. So moon is considered to be a great influencer even compared to other nearest planets also. If you see this moon is close to the earth by about 3,65,000 kilometers or so. Moon's diameter is about 3,400 or so. If you divide the distance of the moon to the earth by its diameter, you're going to get 108.
Oh, okay. So the galactic ratio that you are saying between
This is galaxy.
sun and the earth and the moon and the earth are both 108.
Both are 108.
Okay.
And the diameter of the, why diameter of a particular planet? Diameter of the sun to diameter of the earth is again 108.
Oh, okay. Okay. So there's a celestial meaning to 108. Okay.
Yes, this is 108 proportion. You can see the relevance of it or the influence of it on the day of total solar eclipse.
Okay.
Moon is 400 times smaller than the sun. During solar eclipse, a small object
It's able to cover
covers 400 times its bigger size. 100% totally.
covers. Yeah.
So it has its influence to that extent. This is naturally feasible because of this 108 celestial ratio, galactic ratio.
Okay.
I happen to do some calculation on the galactic ratios of other planets also.
Okay.
This galactic ratio is very essential for our existence on Earth.
Okay.
Life on Earth is feasible only because of this ratio.
Okay.
You see, Mercury, Venus, Earth, inner galactic planets, if you just see, they are closer to the sun, all right. Galactic ratio naturally has to be smaller in that sense. There are smaller planets also. They are too hot and too cold. On one side too cold, on one side too hot.
Yeah.
Life is not feasible at all. Our Earth is there. We maintain a galactic ratio. We have atmosphere. We have an inclination. The Earth is inclined to its path by an angle of 23.5 degrees.
So, okay, sun, earth, and the
Earth is inclined.
Okay.
It's not
naturally.
straight.
Okay, got it. Okay.
It is inclined by an angle of 23.5 degrees. By just coming in an elliptic path, we are able to get seasons.
Yes.
This 23.5 degrees inclination that provides for this facility. Because of this movement of the thing, you are having seasons only because of the inclination, not otherwise.
Okay.
more important thing is we often say Earth controls the moon. It's its satellite or some such. On the contrary, moon controls the movement of Earth.
Okay.
Without moon, there is no Earth, there is no solar system in that sense.
Okay.
I'll come to that why. Similarly, there is another planet which is close to us, which is Mars. Mars is also having more or less similar galactic ratio. But Mars has lost its scope of providing habitable life because it has got only a very small, very random kind of moons. So they're insignificant in size. They are not able to hold the mobility of the planet to a proper extent, so you don't have life there. It has become a horrible planet in that sense. Similarly, the other planets are not, they are not providing any livable conditions now. So you have Earth on which you have magnetism, you have environment, you have your atmosphere, you have a moon to control your moon is latched to the Earth. The Earth has got about 70% water in its surface. Human life is also like that. Every human being is also made up of 70% water. Moon comes around the Earth. It is that moon provides the inclination. Moon controls the inclination of the Earth.
Okay.
Just imagine if the Earth were to be closer to the Sun by about 10% or so. What would happen? Life would not have been possible.
Not more hotter. Okay.
It would have become pretty hot.
Okay.
The seasons would not have been possible.
Okay.
Greenery or life would not have been possible at all.
Okay.
What if it goes away?
10% away. Yeah. Cold.
It could have become colder, some such. Similarly, if you look at the moon, if it is closer to Earth, what happens? Enormous tidal waves. Abnormally, land will be disturbed and full. If it goes away from us, then it cannot control the geostatic locking or whatever that's called. That's not possible. So the Earth will start wobbling. The polar ice will melt down, will come down to the equatorial regions. Earth will become an icy planet, and you will not have any life on Earth.
Okay.
So this is one of the reasons why perhaps Mars has also become an icy planet, because of this kind of a moon having lost a moon, or moon having crashed into its surface, or some such. Why sun and moon? Why do we need sun and moon? If you just see, sun provides the ultraviolet rays. Ultraviolet rays are absolutely very essential for your vitamin D3. Today, everybody, you, me, anybody working in an IT field will certainly have vitamin D deficiency. It's because of lack of exposure to the sun. Moon provides the reflected ultraviolet rays. Reflected ultraviolet rays are very essential for creation of nitric acid in the body. Nitric acid and also the element called magnesium. These two, nitric acid provides for the blood circulation. The other one, magnesium, provides for control of blood pressure. So it is absolutely essential for sun and moon for the normal existence of life. And if they are at the appropriate distance, then life goes on.
That's where the galactic ratio importance comes in. Okay.
This moon's rotation around the Earth is period of rotation around the Earth is 27 days. You know, the gestation period of living things, mammals, basically, they're all in multiples of 27 days. Not 30 days.
Mammals. Okay. Okay.
Human being, how many days? 10 months pregnancy, we say. It is 270 days only. Cow, 300 days. Elephant, the 2 years. That way, starting from the smallest possible rabbit, which is 27 days, to the biggest elephant, the gestation periods of all the animals are in multiples of 27.
Oh, okay.
Basically, because moon controls the emotions. Basically, you see, sun is the Pitrukarak. Sun controls your all masculine properties of a human being: ego, power, influence, etc. Moon controls the mood,
Okay.
primarily mood. It was. It will be interesting. The women, the periodic cycles are very much influenced by the moon.
Moon. Yeah.
During the Purnami day, they'll have the highest level of their energies. During the Amavasya period, as it approaches, they'll have more of depleted energies. The periodic cycles also go with this kind of things. Moon provides it controls the tide, it provides the light, and it controls the mood. Birds depend on moon for migration. So essentially, this sun and moon are very much important for human life, and they remaining at this appropriate distance with the galactic ratio is also very essential. That's the crux of the issue as far as human life is concerned, why they are dependent on that.
Okay.
According to me, maybe this provides one of the
Main reasons why one
main
should-
reasons why this 108 is considered very sacred. We always aim to look at 108 cycles, always in terms of mantra repetition, pujas, punarva, whatever we do.
Interesting.
The cycling of 108 is that way very, very appropriate and very, very powerful very, very powerful parameter for our human existence.
Fantastic. So thank you so much for sharing like the detailed inside story
my
of
pleasure. It's my pleasure.
108. Thank you so much. Namaskara.
Thank you.